We were literally nothing between game 1 and 2, and Fudge even saying the whole team agreed to redo the same draft. They look on the same page to me. Fudge also implied that he didn't think the draft was good at all. Contrast with what Summit saying that he thought Diana and Ryze were really good picks. The comp was built around his Renekton. I'd assume ERL to LEC promotion. Okay, so did Fudge actually? Wait, did Fudge actually say the draft wasn't good? Hold on.
Actively agreed to draft the same champions in game 2, and obviously it's very arguable whether a draft was actually good in game 1 and 2. But I would say everyone on the team put their opinion in there, gave their opinion, and we all agreed that we would draft the same champions in game 2.
So that sounds really weird. So he said that obviously everyone put forth like the stance or something. Yeah, I guess I do interpret this as Fudge dissenting against the draft. I mean, so look, the thing with the C9 draft, right? Game 1 and 2, right? C9 game 1. Oh wow, it's the first thing. Okay. So the thing with the C9 draft is that it's doomed, right? You're running into Victor. You're running into Ornn, you're running into Xayah. Lee Sin has free kick on 3 separate targets. Berserk does not actually get a lot of value in this comp, and Berserk is Renata Glask's ultimate. And then Nautilus is just like whatever, miscellaneous placeholder. The problem with this draft is that it is predicated on a gross ability to get really ahead early. The problem is that there is no way to consistently guarantee that you win third dragon, right? This is a pretty consistent play pattern that I've talked about for years, and that sometimes there's dynamics between teams where the game comes down to third dragon, where typically the scaling team composition is online at that time, due to first items being completed, champions like hitting certain base levels, and yada yada yada. It's a really hard game to play. Now, like I said on FaceCheck, it doesn't mean that Cloud9 can't win the game. Yes, T1 would beat 100 Thieves. Yes, V5 would beat 100 Thieves. Yes, Damwon, Genji, they would beat 100 Thieves here. Yes, they absolutely would. Completely, crush them. Yes, absolutely. The same exact way that, a top fighting game player could pick a middle tier or lower tier character and still beat the other, professional player, but who is not of the same caliber or tier. We see this in fighting games all the time, but it does not mean that you should voluntarily draft into things that are losing. That's the whole argument. That's the whole issue with what's going on. And I've always held the belief that if you are going to try to win versus, LCK or LPL, you cannot try to draft in a way that you try to just get early advantages. In fact, if you watch some of the games from Worlds or even last year MSI, etc., and you watch some of the games from even like wildcard regions against LPL or LCK, you watch some of those games. You watch like the OCE games, right? The fiddlestick stuff. The games with like the scaling. If you can actually just outscale them, there is actually really scary mid and late game states that LCK and LPL teams have been in because the comps were helping out as much as they were. But yeah, I mean, it is rough.